Naam, bandidos. Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel, aka Amar Vedya. Welcome to my channel. Yes, I was going to pull a reading for you, but I have a few more cents to share with you. Intuition. You're like, yeah, Magic Mel, intuition. We all talk about that thing, no? But honestly, can we trust that nudge, that queasy feeling in the gut, that contraction when something doesn't feel right? And go with it and flow with it rather than going up into our heads, either dismissing it or rationalizing our way out of it or justifying it. Can we just go with it? Be attuned to it for one, trust it for two, and then act accordingly. That would save us so much suffering. I'm sharing this from my own experience because, again, this is the second time now, actually, third time in regards to specific to a dynamic, relationship dynamic, we're looking back and I'm like, damn, had I listened to that nudge and acted upon it in that moment, I would have saved, probably, I mean, we can hypothesize, but I probably would have saved myself a lot of agony and overthinking and just waste of energy. What is our intuition? It is our higher processing intelligence that bypasses the conceptual mind. Our intuition is so attuned to our higher self and everything from our past experiences, our soul. It's the compass that guides us in the right direction without the need for the thinking mind to come in. And that's precisely the problem because we don't trust that intuition, no? But it's really there to guide us towards people, towards situations, in the ways of situations, whatever serves us, whatever is in our highest. If we could flow with that, life would be really, in that sense, effortless. Because we would save ourselves the trap, the labyrinth of overthinking and questioning ourselves and doubting ourselves and inner tension and inner conflict. I'm not saying it will all disappear, the inner conflict, but I do know that following intuition and acting upon it in the moment is for the highest, is the path of less resistance for sure. So ask yourself, look back into your past recent experiences, reflect on those moments where you did feel that something, whether it's in response to somebody or something somebody said, where you didn't trust that gut nudge because maybe you didn't want to let go of the situation. Maybe you weren't ready to let go of the person. But your gut knew what your mind and heart still had to catch up on. And I'm not saying it's bad or a mistake to hold on past the expiration date, but again, looking from experience, it just causes suffering. So the question is, do we want to continue in that modus operandi, or do we want to follow the inspiration? Do we want to learn through suffering or by following our inspiration? I want to learn by following my inspiration now. Thank you very much. Yeah, waste of prana and life energy, at least for me, that's a loss of joy and just lightheartedness. So can we forgive ourselves? Of course we have to, because nobody's going to do that for us. No one is judging us apart from ourselves. And can we really trust that? Even if it doesn't make logical sense. Certainty beyond logic. Trusting that intuitive, somatic guidance system that we all are born with, that maybe we have been severed from through trauma, but that we can reconnect with. That is the inner authority, Sebang in Kundalini Yoga, that inner sovereignty. May that voice, that intuition of yours be the loudest voice. I always pray for that. Please make that voice the loudest and strongest voice inside of me, regardless of any outer voice. Because otherwise I get lost in the confusion, in the Maya. I lose my center, I lose my direction, my inner directive. And we're here to learn and trust that inner directive. The times of following an outer authority, be it the government, parents, is done. That's old paradigm. We need to be able to trust our own intuition that is direct line to your soul, your higher self, and God, the universe itself. God's will be done through us, through the intuition. Yeah. Forgive yourself, but learn from that. List down the moments and situations where you did feel the intuition but didn't quite act on it, and then what happened because of that. And also list down the times when you did trust your intuition and you acted on it, and what happened. I mean, it works for good or for bad. Now, I don't want to use these terms, but it works either way, constructively or to a more destructive route. Experiment with your intuition, trusting that. And how can you nurture that? We need to be silent. No, we need to come back to ourselves to even be able to listen to ourselves. There's so much distraction, it's crazy. Can we create those times in the day? Spoke about sadhana, spiritual practice in the morning, where we ground ourselves, where we connect with ourselves and our higher self, our soul, God, the universe, source, and listen for the answers within, rather than running around like a headless chicken, thinking anything out there has the answer that only we have the key to. So let me know in the comments box what situations or how you've experienced that either disconnect from your intuition, or where you said, damn, yes, exactly. I had something where I knew, had I just listened to that little voice, that little nudge, that little expansion or contraction, I knew that was my intuition. But for some reason, I over-rationalized, went up to my head and justified my way, rationalized my way out of it. And then what happened? Let's surrender into the guidance of our intuition. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or being passive, but it means to allow rather than to grasp for control. Because aren't we all grappling with control, especially because everything out there seems so volatile? What anchor do we have but the one that is nurtured within? Can we face ourselves and our deeper knowing and deal with the consequences, speak our truth, make that choices that align with that deeper knowing? Doesn't mean we won't feel sad or we won't feel lost, but can we trust that deeper knowing that it is for the highest, that it is in resonance with our truth rather than our ego, our monkey mind that talks about fear and loss and disappointment, regret, and what we might lose in making that decision, or what we might lose if we truly act upon that inner knowing? Can we trust ourselves and the universe enough that it's just making way for something better, more aligned for you, that you had wished for? Before the universe can bring in anything new, we got to let go of the old. And it always looks like, oh my God, I'm losing something. It's never going to be better than that. It's not the same situation every time. So knowing and trust and faith, certainty beyond logic. Regardless of what's happening, it's happening for us, not to us. Can we trust and know that? So there's belief, there's trusting, and then there's knowing. Deeper level. Just know. You know. You know what you know. And you know when you know. Looking forward to your comments in the comments box. See you for the next episode, where I will pull the cards for you for this 10-10 portal. Ciao, adios. Amar Vedya, Magic Mel is right here beside you. Have your back.